Now let's look at Steph Curry's usage rate. You're not going to see nowhere near the high as high. And yet Steph Curry is still averaging only one less assist. The high 20s to low 30s range, frequently exceeding 30%. His MVP caliber season, including 34% rate doing. Either way, he that nigga has the ball. LeBron has the ball in his hands way more. He's always holding it. So we know Steph. We ain't got to look at plus minus. We know Steph Curry is way higher than LeBron at that. We know, but here's another thing that I want to put up. That's a huge factor in this. Turnovers. And then I forgot to put career for that with Steph Curry's. But it's fine. It doesn't matter. So, Steph Curry, for his career, has about 3 turnovers per game. For his career, 3 turnovers per game. That's not that bad. It's not great, obviously, but it's definitely not that bad. You know, it's not the upper echelon of turnover kings. Like, unlike this clown we about to see right now. For his career, LeBron James turns the ball over 3.5 more, have 3.5 turnovers per game for his career. So actually, especially towards the back of these last couple of years, nearly turning the ball over 4 times per game. Now, these last niggas may be saying that ain't that much. That's massive, actually. And we all know he's the king. He's by far the totals turnover king. So this is the thing. He turns the ball over about just as much as he assisted. He has 7 career assists. He turns the ball over assists. But I mean, you can say the same for Steph Curry. So virtually, what I'm saying is, it's closer to the same. Although you would love to try to say LeBron is the better passer. Now we all know who impacts the game more. That's clearly Steph Curry because he wins way more at a higher level with less help. LeBron has had the most career help of any superstars in his career. And what's good, C Motion? Was Westbrook a great rebounder when the centers and power forwards all ran away from the rebounds? I'm guessing you alluding to that Westbrook was a stat pattern, but I mean I would agree with you. Russ is absolutely a stat pattern. So I'm about to get this nigga up out of here. I tried to keep this nigga, but you with this Fruity Loop shit, I gotta get your ass up out of here. Anyways, but yeah, I mean, Russ did do some stat pattern, but either way, Russ still, even with the stat pattern, a great rebounder. Like I think that's kind of undeniable. But yeah, so the passing thing really is the only thing you kind of can really make a real debate and say, okay, LeBron's a better passer than Steph Curry, and it's something that is decisive. But in my opinion, Steph Curry is the better scorer. Like if you say, oh, I need somebody to go get me a bucket, no one's looking at LeBron and say, oh, LeBron, we need a bucket, go get it for us. Only delusional clowns, like probably this guy that's saying "look go" in my chat right now, knowing this clown is not a goat, uh, would think the best idea is to give the ball to LeBron. LeBron's teammates have bailed him out time and time again throughout his career. Steph Curry don't let his teammates bail him out. He does it himself, like all the other greats. And then the biggest example recently of how we know that this that's the case in the Olympics. When the game was on the line and France was making a run, Steve Kerr ran a play for Steph Curry. And Kevin Durant was giving the ball to Steph. He gave the ball to Steph when they needed a bucket. He didn't get that shit to, you know, LeBron. LeBron was open too. That's the crazy part. He ain't even looked LeBron's way because he knew where it was up. LeBron's not that guy when it comes to shit like that. And this is no disrespect. I'm not saying that LeBron's not great. He absolutely is. But he's not who y'all say he is. He got a player that played in his own era that is better than him. But y'all trying to claim that he's the GOAT. And even let's just say that he's not. Let's just say that Steph Curry is not better than him. The fact that there's even an argument should let you guys know that this nigga is not the GOAT. Do you think Donovan Mitchell is better than Tyrese Maxey and Jaylen Brown? Oh shit. I mean, I think all of them that's pretty close, but to be honest with you, Jaylen Brown plays better defense than the other two. And Jaylen Brown has a finals MVP with a championship on his head. So I'm gonna get a slight edge. I'm gonna give Jaylen Brown the edge over him. And I also think Jaylen Brown is kind of underrated because of him playing with Jason Tatum, and you kind of seeing some of that this year with Jason Tatum being out. How good Jaylen Brown really is. And then you know what's crazy? It's actually a lot of that going on this year. A lot of players are getting exposed because these other players that they've been constantly pushing these narratives saying that these players aren't that good. They only as good as, whoever the superstar player on their team takes them. It's just bullshit. They're false narratives. Like to give you a few examples of that, they've been trying to push that with Nikola Jokic, and look, he got injured, and look how well the Denver Nuggets are playing without him. So that proves that they did have talent on their team, which I always felt they did. They just love to push that bullshit narrative, overrating Jokic more to be better than what he is. And then this is another thing. This to be to go ahead and be clear about it. Nikola Jokic is great, but he is not as good as they're trying to make him out to be. It's a false narrative. And then, of course, they did it for LeBron throughout his entire career almost. Keep lines like the teammates aren't that good, and they need him to carry them in order for them to make it somewhere. It's bullshit. And they wanted to do it this year. That's the reason why LeBron sat out with that bullshit sciatica injury. He was hoping the team failed and he can come back and you notice he came back against a weak ass team like he always does. And he was hoping to help them win once that happened and he can push the narrative, oh, the team ain't nothing without LeBron. But it backfired on him, just like the Nikola Jokic people that's been trying to claim the team's no good with him. It's backfiring on them. And for the people that used to talk down on Jaylen Brown, with Jason Tatum being out, people are able to see how good he really is. Yeah, MJ is clearly the GOAT. His total stats just a byproduct of high pick and roll action 24/7. He never played off ball in a system like the try. Facts. And that's another indictment on LeBron James that separates Steph Curry and LeBron. Steph Curry, you can put him in any system and he can thrive. You put him in a triangle offense, he can easily play in the triangle offense because Steph Curry plays exceptionally well off ball. In fact, I can make a very strong argument. Now, people might give me some pushback about this, but I think I can make a very strong argument that Steph Curry could be the greatest off-ball player of all time, perhaps. And the reason why I say that is because of that gravitational pull that he has, like how he breaks down the defense so well by just moving in rotation, and the defense being so concerned about him that he's opening it up for his teammates. Now, of course, other great players such as Mike, Kobe, and them that played in the triangle offense, they could do the same, but they couldn't do it to the same extent that Steph does it because they couldn't stretch the floor as far as Steph could stretch it. So if they're running high screen pick and roll far like 30 feet out, which Steph Curry is capable of hitting that shot consistently from that distance, now the defense, when they're trying to come in and go over the screens and shit like that, they got to be so far out that they're out of reach of the other shooters. And pretty much at this point, is all you got to do is knock down the shot. Like his out, and then of course you turn your head for a split second, boom, he gone. He backdooring you. Like he understands the off ball play very well. And I think Steph Curry has very high basketball IQ. They push this narrative about how high LeBron's IQ is, but you see a lot of things that makes you question his IQ. And on top of that, he's very selfish. He's very selfish. LeBron cares more about his stats than he does his teammates. You will never see Steph Curry doing it. Steph Curry doesn't chase stats. Now, if he see that he has a chance to hit a milestone, will he go for it? Absolutely. Like, for instance, I'll give you an example. If Steph Curry know he has 13 3-pointers in the game, he's going to try to, let's say they're up, they're up pretty handily, and he has 13 threes.